you can get a link. It is an affiliate link, so if you buy it from there, I will get a kickback on that. But, yeah. How long's the gameplay? No idea! No idea yet. Okay, let's keep scooping the boot. Let's go here. More Danes over there. Pop down that way. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and promote this guy. I think what I'm going to do is, as a general rule, I'm going to, like, try to promote everyone whenever the cost to promote is 100 or less. So basically, new units, I will promote immediately. That will get them to level 2, which means they can have a general right away, which is going to be really nice. I think as a general rule, if I don't have a specific thing I'm going to do with these people planned yet, I'm going to assume we're going to go combat or focus. The first focus level gives 10% crit join, and then every other focus level is a 5%, but that 10% mathematically works out really well. So if I can get focus 1, I will. Otherwise, we might go kind of generic-y. It might be nice to have a bonus to vision on an early unit like this, turn this guy in kind of a turbo scout. But the thing is, anyone with lead will have +1 vision anyway. So I think I'm just going to go and do combat. Now, normally I thought I would have gotten an event here to say, hey, I can become general of a unit. That's what happened last time. Oh! I turned off the tutorial pop-ups, so I'm not going to get the free one-turn saving by abusing the tutorial general thing. We're just going to have to manually assign a general next turn. Oh, goody hut. Now known as the Explorer. Survivors. Look at this art. This village has only recently been sacked, and we discovered a band of survivors huddled in the ruins. These destitute refugees seem eager to abandon the wreckage of their old lives and join our nation, but they are strangers to our culture. What will you do with them? We can invite them to resettle in our nation, so we gain a worker and some training points, or recruit them as a hardened explorer, giving 3 orders, I think only this turn, 3 orders this turn, and a scout. Worker's really good for improving our terrain, but we could really use a second scout early on. Blue Thalius! Holy crap. I feel like I want the scout right now. I feel like it'd be good. You know, it'd be really nice. I mean, it makes sense, of course, that they show up here, because it's where I got. But wouldn't it be nice if it had randomly generated the scout, like, at our capital or something? Which wouldn't make any sense, but it would be great to have my my things a little spread out. But it's going to be okay. And yes, Blue Thalius coming in with a second contribution to the Bread and Circuses Fund today. Thank you very much. I've been watching for years on the YubTubs and recently on Twitch, finally using some of that stimulus money to support small business and awesome streamers like you. Love the Civ 6 vids, but loving this series. Much love, and stay safe, Quill. Thank you very much, Blue Thalius, and yeah, thank you very much for the, that really, those generous contributions today. That very appreciated. Makes a big difference. Okay, let's move this scout sort of northeast to get back over here. Normally, I like to scout sort of in a circle around my area rather than a straight line away from it. But that's just sort of how some of the things worked out. Here, we can cut through here. I do really appreciate... I assume the map generator for this is set up to generate mountain ranges, which is great, because mountain ranges are really interesting. But what you don't want is a mountain range that just divides the continent in a really awkward way. So I think the map script then goes and intentionally puts in these little passes regularly in the mountain ranges, which I really like. It leads to really interesting sort of landscape where you get these natural choke points and things, but you don't have these like long trips around stuff that just feel kind of awkward. So I really like the balance on the map generation. I'm going to have to pace myself a lot with my orders here playing Rome, because I can spend 5 orders on each of my 2 scouts and have really not a whole lot left. I don't have to worry about the warrior, though. That's okay. Oh, all I'm going to do here is add a general to this unit before I move, and it's going to be me, King Romulus, over here. As far as I know, he doesn't have anything special for just like being the generic leader of the nation. Like, I don't think that's a job. I don't think assigning him as a general costs me anything. If I'm wrong, that would be kind of interesting. Yeah, Vordian, I do have a creator tag in the Epic Store, so if you follow the link in the What Game, it automatically puts it in. Otherwise, if anyone buys anything on the Epic Store, you can put Quill18 as the creator tag. You know, just saying. Oh, and leaders can always be... Okay, now that's interesting. I didn't realize that, Skycroft. That explains a few things. First of all, that a leader can be a general no matter what their traits, because it's good. Because some of these sub-tags, like Tactician lets a person be a general, but some of them don't. But it looks like, okay, so if I'm a leader, I've got that. But mostly I want to know, if I'm not a governor, if I'm not a general, if I'm not anything like that, Does my nation's leader have something special in that situation? I think the answer is no. I think there's no cost whatsoever in this case for me turning King Romulus into a general, so I will do that. With the exception that maybe there's a possibility he'll die in combat or something, but other than that, we're fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut around sort of south and then back over this way, rather than just continue west. Anyway, I have 9 orders left, but nothing left over here, but that'll get converted into money. Although I think as people sell the money, the orders, they were worth 10 each, so the cost goes down, because there's sort of a market system. General Remus. Yeah, so, Remus, you're a tactician. Oh, maybe I could have added you in that list. Maybe, alright, the next guy. We'll do that. I still want to kind of swing you back sort of east-ish. There's a place we can cut through there. Do I want to see this spot? You know what? I do, actually. Come over this way. Here. Go on top of the hill for some vision. Let's go over here and spot that. There we go. And then we can come here for now. Reveal that area. Great. And I'll probably start moving you back up there again after this. So we are leading over here. I could promote a second time, but I think I'll wait. The +1 vision that we're having because we're a tactician here is really useful. Because normally your military units are pretty crap at doing the scouting thing because they only have a vision of 1. So it's really awkward. I'm now known as the Intrepid. So yeah, it's because we reached 400 exploration-y kind of progress from all of our ruins, which is kind of neat. This hidden jungle city boasts a hoard of gold jewelry, pendants, lip plugs, nose ornaments, necklaces, and earrings. All the craftsmanship at the site displays the same signature style and an unparalleled skill with gold. Such a trove of gold is always welcome. Of course, there are many ways to utilize it. We can just dump it into the treasury for 130 gold. We can send it to our troops for 100 points of training. We could study the craftsmanship to get 20 XP and 40 science. Which again, it's about 2 turns worth of science. And levels up our main dude. Cool Man says to study the craftsmanship. All craft worship is of the highest quality. That's what I think every time this event comes up. Alright, chat wants science. Let's do science. And it's not that sciencey, but it's something. It does let us finish our stone cutting. So we now have access to that. Next project over here. Unlocking the pastures could be kind of nice. Because, for example, if we pasture horses, that's an extra half an order. Which is kind of useful. I don't know how the order rounding works. If we've got, like, with this 0.1 and stuff, does it accumulate so that right now every 10th turn we would get an extra order? Or does it get just sold for the fractional amount? I'm very curious. Unlocking the slinger could also be good, as well as unlocking the camp, which also camels and elephants give us the orders too. This is a little cheaper. I might do this. It might be nice to have access to slingers, and then the camp's also going to be kind of useful for some of our research. Let's go and pop this goodie hut. Ancient barbarians, as opposed to the current barbarians. Our men find murals depicting creatures, rituals, and battles. The style is reminiscent of the Danes, leading us to believe that this tribe was perhaps a precursor to their own.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Ruben Kluntz, hey, thank you. Oh, is that today? Today's Remembrance Day in the Netherlands. In World War II, a lot of Canadian forces helped to liberate my country, so I should give some contribution to Canada. Thanks a lot and keep safe. I really like the relationship between Canada and the Netherlands. There's always this, like, back and forth stuff going on, you know, tulips and maple syrup and all these things. It's really good. And, of course, I like the Low Countries. It's a great place to visit. Ascension and I spent nearly 2 weeks, I think, in Amsterdam couple of years ago, and we just had such a lovely time. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Maple syrup's pretty tasty. It's pretty good. I like maple syrup on ice cream. That's my favorite thing to do with maple syrup. So okay, our troop warns against desecrating such a site. Danes are very protective of their culture. Of course, there's much to be learned from these ruins. So we could go with option 1. Hey, War Hunter! First time I watch a stream. Well, hey, welcome to the stream. Watch most of your videos on YouTube. Enjoy your content. Hope you have a great day. Can't wait to see future streams. Also, happy belated birthday. Thank you very much, War Hunter. So, if we don't offend the Danes, we'll get +1 discipline, which is actually quite nice for giving us extra income every year. And our warriors, which we lead, right, because we're a general, gonna have plus 1% strength. That's not bad, and the Danes like us. Or we could say make good use of what we find, giving us 100 stone, which could help us maybe build some wonders. 65 science, but will upset the Danes. The thing is, like, normally it's like, okay, you could either do a good thing or piss someone off. Here, either way, we get a good thing. I mean, you know, this is a more immediate thing. This is sort of a little bit more of a long-term thing. We're pretty young. We're only 25 years old. So getting, like, a +1 to a trait could pay off a lot in the extended game. I don't know how we feel about the Danes. Let's take a look at the map. How close are we? So, I mean, our cities are over here. We're going to expand to here. Closest Danish city is here. We're not... and there's another one there. Probably there's going to be some other city sites or barbarian sites over here that we can clear for cities. It's possible we may have to butt heads with the Danes. Yeah, I mean, they would hate us forever if we do this. The question is, do we think we're going to war with them or not? XJSC, thank you very much for that weekly stimulus check dispensation. Nice. I think I'm going to go for the discipline. I think the long-term investment is gonna pay off here. If we were older and less likely to get a payoff from this, I might be tempted to take the more short-term benefit. But I'll say I don't want to offend the Danes. The Danes are cool, man. The Danes are great. Great Dane. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle south and then sort of swing back to the east with this guy. Okay, there's some barbarians there. Doing a lot of sort of stopping on hills for vision or avoiding some of the forest. Okay, more barbarians over there. All right. So, if, hey, we want to do some military things. We got some targets, but they're pretty far away from us. We're one turn away from finishing our settler, which is definitely going to come down here. That's going to be fine. Really need to find out sort of what's over here and over here. Quill has ordained. Dun, dun, dun. So we're going to move the settler down here. It is nice to have 4 exhaustion points on our settler. Rome is crazy. We could march to move more, but, I mean, what's the point? Like, it's not actually going to save a turn for our colonization. So, I think we can probably just scooch through here with our scout. Ooh, someone's high risk in the Ivy, so there's another player rocking around over here. Yarnbull, thank you very much. Found your YouTube channel during the SimCity days. Yeah, ooh, those were good days. Some years ago. Been hooked ever since. Thank you very much, Yarnball. So we have met someone. We have met Nebuchadnezzar, which from now on I'm going to call Chad. Because for some reason, when we played on Saturday, I looked at his name, and all I could see was the Chad in the middle of it that I'd never really noticed before and became cognizant of. But now I can't unsee it. He's Nebu Chad Nazar. Nebu Chad Nazar. So he likes to go by Chad. I think we're going to trigger a lot of people if I do that. So we'll have to make a decision. Yeah. Our scoots have encountered travelers from a Ferengi land. Although they speak a strange tongue, these men and women appear harmless. They wish to greet our people and establish relationships. Do we dare risk our nation's security? So we can say, avoid them. We have enemies enough. Get through orders. We really don't need the orders right now. I mean, it's very important to me that we probably increase our orders per turn. But short term, right now, we're actually okay. We would get XP, which is good. We can also interact with them and share freely, which would give us 5 culture in Babylon. No, it would give them 5 culture in Babylon. Which isn't a huge thing. You need 100 culture, I think, to upgrade to the first level, and like 200 culture for the next one. It would give 10 opinion, which isn't much, but for 50 years... I think I'm going to go with it. I like it. And could lead to future events. Sounds interesting. So Babylon is... This is their capital. This is our capital. I can fit them both on the same screen here. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. We're going to have to do something about that. Yeah, I think I will swing down here with my scout, actually. And then this way. Alright, these barbs are close enough we can probably do some aggression against them, and that would be kind of spiffy-do. I was just friendly, but I didn't know how close they were. We'll be friendly for now. I mean, it will take us a few years to actually build up a military, but... Oh, and some more barbs there. Okay. We have lots of target practice early on. Can't complain. All right, our settler is done in our capital. We don't have any specialists that we can develop right now, even though we do have a citizen. We have run project running here, right? Because we start with treasury of 1 in our capital. Now, I did notice this. I thought it used to be impossible to sort of mouse over this because you can't lock this tooltip. If we have enough projects running here, then the UI is big enough that you can mouse and start scrolling over things. So right here, it's like Treasury 1, what does this do? Well, it's an ongoing project because these things exist, even though it's not. I mentioned it in the Discord. I'm hoping this user interface gets tweaked a little bit. Like if we run Festival here, on completion we do a thing, and then it permanently adds a project called Festival that's worth 1 culture per turn, and it doesn't say it here, but you can keep stacking this. If I do Festival 5 times, I will have 5 Festival projects here, each give me 1 culture per turn. I don't know if that's intended. I don't know if it is intended. You know, it's not very clear which way it's supposed to be, but it is kind of interesting that's a thing. We got more whiskey and chocolate. Who's that? Zeranea. Hey, Thera. Thank you very much. Not caught a stream in ages, so I thought I'd donate a little more. Think you missed my previous donations due to explaining the game. Oh, I'm sorry, Zeranea. Oh, right over there. Looks like I'll be buying a game tomorrow, but your videos are worth the spend temptation. Thank you, Cool. P.S. Have you played XCOM Chimera Squad Net? I have not yet. And I really keep wanting to, but the schedule's been pretty full with a lot of high-quality games. I know it says repeatable, but lots of things say repeatable. Like, the Decree is repeatable. The Council is repeatable. The Festival is repeatable, and it has an on-completion bonus. What is not clear is that Festivals is stackable. So it's like... And do they never time out? Is there a cap to how much culture you have? So maybe there's going to be probably some sort of like overall thing like, yeah, the sweet spots is you run Festival like 4 times or something, and that comes out to mathematically be a very optimal amount to like increase your culture at a similar rate to how your tech unlocks and what your workers can do or something. There's probably going to be some sort of meta that develops around that. But I still find like, it's like once you do it, you're like, oh, okay. But it's not obvious that some of these stack, and it doesn't help that this little project UI is kind of bad right now, but this early access doesn't even start until tomorrow. And again, it's the places where there's a UI fail stand out because the UI is so goddamn good in this game. It's so goddamn good. So the game is recommending us to either build a warrior or a festival. Actually, I kind of like the idea of starting the festival and getting the passive culture to tick up. Might be very, very, very useful. The other thing I'm tempted is to just start another settler immediately. Now, we don't have another city site currently visible, so we'd have to clear out one of the barbarians to do so, but there's probably another city site somewhere not too far away. It might be a little bit of a risk to do it. I think I actually do like the idea of doing run of festivals so we can start taking up the culture, because there's a bunch of buildings that don't unlock until we go up to the next level of culture. And right now we're actually not generating any culture per turn in Roma, so I think it would be a good idea to fix that. So we'll go ahead and end turn. Okay. So in terms of city placement, so I can place a city on any of these green tiles, these urban tiles. What is this over here? Citrus Grove. Okay. I might want to place it somewhere, so one of the bottom 2, which would allow us to get access to the Citrus Grove right away. Again, these borders can be expanded, so it's not a big deal. I'll go ahead and grab that spot, and then we'll found something. So our first city, we did found the Julius one. We could found another Julius city, which would actually make them very happy, because it would be 2 of their cities fairly close together. For all I know, it's a really, really good idea. I don't know. Oh! Skipped founding family city. That's interesting. So I guess if you don't found another seat, the game will ding you your legitimacy, presumably until you do all 3 seats. Ah, that's really cool. I do kind of usually like the idea of founding the 3 starting cities anyway. So we're going to found, there's going to be 3 total cities. We have 4 available, but only 3 families will ever be appeared. So we're going to basically be choosing one of these to not have. Honestly, while I do like growth and stuff, I might drop it. It feels like taking the military thing sort of makes sense. I also like the fact that the units we would build in this city would start with steadfast, which is that 25% boost to barbarian killing power, which is really nice. And I like Valerius, I think, for long-term stuff. And then there's the call for Claudius. I don't know. You're right. You know what? It is near an enemy capital. I like it. I think we will go and do a Fabius, or Fabio, here, because the plus 50% city defense might pay off really well. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some military. We've got Antium over here. Our scout is still ready to go here. I think I will go and just scout out the land between me and Babylon here. Reveal some of that. And then over here too. Okay. This scout, I'm going to... Probably a big lake over here. Let me move here. There we go. And then through here. Goody Hut! Monuments of Law! Our explorers came across a series of weathered monuments lost in the undergrowth. Oh, I don't think I've seen this one yet. Upon closer inspection, the structures appear to be inscribed with the laws of a forgotten city. What should we do? Send sages to learn what they can, which gives us 100 civic points, which could help for passing laws, or send laborers to smash them into the needed rubble, giving us some stone, getting us closer to building a wonder. Hey, Big Franks! Cutting out the middleman has nothing to do with forgetting about your link. Thank you very much, Franks. Oh yeah, by the way, we should mention there's an option in the game for RP mode, role-playing mode. If you do that, it hides the tooltips on these events, so you don't know specifically what they're going to do. Smash, study, stone, rubble, sages, laws, learn, build a pyramid. Everyone's pretty split. I kind of want to... Normally I'd take this, but we're pretty close to law passing anyway. I kind of want the stone. I'm going to smash it and see if we can get a wonder going out of this. I might start poking around over here. Maybe before I do, I'm going to promote this unit a second time. Engineer attacking across river, herbalist for healing, shield bearer versus ranged. Actually, these guys will probably be flinging things at me. Strength plus 10%. Now, I've been assuming this replaces Combat 1. Combat 1 is 5%. This is 10%. I'm assuming it replaces. What if it doesn't? What if this is stacking? Do we know? Let's find out. I'm going to promote you again. We'll see if the tooltip tells us we have total of 10% or total of 15%. And yes, I know you get the bonus XP before promoting, but that guy's sort of going to do some soloing over there, and I want him to be a little bit stronger if we can. There, we can build a warrior with the steadfast right away for the bonus versus barbarians. I think I will actually do this. And pop out probably 2 warriors over here, and then go clear with this barbarian encampment. And get the scout to sneak through here. That'll be the end of him. 5 orders left. There is an undo, that's true. Does not replace its stacks. Layla, thank you. That actually changes a lot. That's interesting. Oh! It's time to get married. Okay. So we have 2 families currently in our empire. The Fabios and the Orange Juliuses over here. Someone wants to marry our king, because we are not married. We got to get some heirs going on. So our options are Lucilla Fabia the Younger. So she's 19. An orator. She has a net of 2 points, right? Charisma 4, discipline -2. I mean, you know, honestly, the charisma might be a little bit more appealing than the discipline right now because of the law improvements, but let's call her a net 2 points. And then there's Antonia Julia here, who has a net of 4 points. 2 discipline, 2 wisdom as well, which is good for tech. I think we're going to go with Antonia here, because wisdom seems really, really, really strong. Really, really, really strong. Let's do that. And now we have to choose our first ambition. Okay. So these are mini quests for us to do. And one of the 2 ways to win the game is if you complete 10 ambitions, you win. So, control 6 mines, control 3 connected cities. Now that's interesting, connected cities. Maybe, we didn't see this before, but maybe it's more of a, you know, all roads must lead to Rome kind of vibe to it. 6 mines. Actually, I don't think we have the mining tech, but ultimately would not be that difficult to build. I'd say we're going to go with the mines here. Plus, this family is currently upset, so if we choose this, we can make them a little happier. See that? I don't know if they get another happiness boost when we complete their ambition, or if they just like it when you choose it. Probably just to choose it, because it doesn't... On the ambition here, there's no note about which family it was associated to, so I'm assuming it's mostly you just promise them and that makes them happy, and that's